in this process. Like GitOps kind of process. DevOps is process, okay. DevOps is a kind of process. Multiple tools and all will be there. GitOps in the sense everything in the code via code. Every update via code. DevOps is a kind of multiple tools under every update via code. Let's say, for example, I want to update to the security group. I want to update to the security group. Then we will update in the code, which is to update the Terraform or CFN or like Ansible or kind of Python, if you know anything. I mean to say, don't do anything manually, click something, everything via code it will go. So that is kind of approach is called GitOps. You update in the code, that code, some kind of tool will take one tool will take that code and then it will do apply. Instead of you running that command, Terraform command, right? The tool will does. What is your job is here to just update the code. Our job is to update the code. So that such kind of approach is called GitOps. So when you write this code, right, you wrote the code and then you left the company or something. We usually write one file called someone comes next person. He wanted to read through that code and then to understand at least before when he comes to the code, at least he has to get some knowledge, some little gist. We write a file called readme.md. Readme.md. This is the file. This is the self-explanatory, like just we will write the some kind of what is this, why we are doing what command something. So just keep it any if you go to any code repos in the internet, any code repos, you will have a file called readme.md. Just to whatever you want to write about that repo technically. This repo used to create resources in AWS with the Terraform, for example. And then what are all resources, for example, security group, for example, like EC2, Keepair, something like this. So, and then first you have to do Terraform init, then you have to do Terraform plan, Terraform apply. So, followed by this, you can do some more command Terraform validate and some more command Terraform FMT. This kind of basic README file. Every majority repos in the this is the good practice to have it readme.md. Just keep this that. So this is a good practice. No one will say you that, but if things are complex, one day the other day they'll come to you. Some kind of good process to implement it. Okay. So with this thought, let me add some. I'll add some questions here. Something so that we will start our further topics. Please, you have to run through the session. It can be little repetitive, but I'll add some more flavors of Terraform here. But you have to run the show. Just keep this that, okay? Or like, what is Terraform? If you get this question, can you guys anyone please give answer? So I take this. Please, can you guys talk anyone, please? Why are
Infrastructure as a configuration tool instead of graphical user interface.
what do you mean by infrastructure?
Infrastructure like configuration files instead of GUI. Like suppose EC2 missions, so we want to click create the EC2 mission instances and select the PEM file and select the instances and select the security group. Instead of that, we need to manually automatically create it for the configuration through create the EC2 missions.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah, nice. Some more. Like, can you guys anyone add that? Yeah. You told IAC. Yeah, this is good. Please, anyone, please add your thoughts. If you are not talking the one day, the other day you have to talk. So have this habit. You can please add at least some points here. Morning time. Please. It is used to create any resources with code, and yeah, that is good. Create resources with code. So when you say create resources, just add one example. For example, always in your answer, right? For example, with that mindset, what we get to know is, for example, when you say that, oh, you worked on that thing, we will get to know some kind of context. Create resources. For example, business team needed Apache, and then we wanted that dependency resources. I created it or something. Yeah. Please, some more. What is your thoughts? Why are we using Terraform? What is Terraform? Anyone? Can I ask randomly? Oh. Can you guys talk?
To use reusable purpose, right? Okay, you can use the code reusable.
Yeah, you can use for reusability. Yeah, can use for reusability. So you write the same code, and then next time onwards, you can reuse the code for to create other resources and less. Right, one time. This is the same automation you can use. Yeah, that is good. Reusability. You can reuse. Yeah, some more thoughts. What do you?
We can use this for the different providers like AWS, Azure.
Yeah, Terraform is a different tool. Yeah, sure. True. Good one. Terraform has different providers. Yeah.
Terraform works on Go language and it
Yeah.
reduces the manual intervention
Yeah.
by developing the declarative language.
Yeah. Terraform has been implemented with the Go, and then yes, we write the declarative, which is called HashiCorp language. Yeah. Declarative HashiCorp.
For security purposes,
different.
we need to go AWS and we need to modify in AWS. So through Terraform, we can use for
Yeah.
security reasons also. We cannot touch in directly
Yeah.
AWS
Yeah.
console.
Yeah. Avoid complete console. Yeah. Right. Console. So updates. Yeah, obviously reduce the time. So yeah, currently the industry is not going the test match, right? Industry is going 2020 kind of scenario. Same way. So industry is not ready to go and then create the resources in the console, wait for some days, and all. Industry is going with the agile. Agile means like do immediately. Agile process, DevOps process. DevOps is like do immediately. That's what that. So one of the best tool for that is in the DevOps, right? Agile. So what is the tool? In the infra source creation, very fast tool is the Terraform. Yeah, that is the tool. Yeah, please you have to talk. Please, I'm requesting you guys. This is good. In Terraform, which block?
Resource block.
Yeah.
Resource.
So usually sometimes, right, what happens in the interview, whenever that happens, they'll ask you to share your screen, write that, please some sample code. You know it, please don't think that you have to remember anything. We don't remember. You ask them, can I use the Google? Because we don't remember exactly. Majority times, right? Syntax, something. At least if you know, at least, yeah. Can you guys tell me with that? We expect you, at least you should have this knowledge. Tell me the syntax. At least syntax.
Provider,
Yeah.
AWS,
One sample.
a region,
Resource block syntax.
Resource, open bracket and close bracket.
resource,
Which resource did you
Provider
use?
name.
Yeah, which resource did you? You have to tell one sample. Because
In-
you were saying that in the interview you worked on the Terraform, right? You have to say this.
AWS instance.
AWS.
Underscore instance. Yeah. What is this name?
Logical name.
Yeah, let's say for example Apache. Then inside this, what are the keywords you know? At least some basics you have to throw immediately.
Type AM
Type
resource.
AMI.
Instance type. Next.
AMI.
Data.
Same.
Could
Whatever needed for EC2 mission, right? Pack all those in this block. This is the kind of pack of the block. You inject all those. One more. What is this? Keep a subnets. We have not done, but just for sample. This is this. So now this. How do you execute? What is the Terraform life cycle?
Terraform.
Terraform plan.
Each plan,
From init,
Apply.
Terraform,
Init.
plan,
Plan.
apply.
Apply.
What init does?
it will
Initiate.
get all the plugins required.
How it knows?
Install all the plugins.
How it knows what all the plugins it is needed? Yeah. How it knows what all the plugins needed?
Based on the code which we have written, like inside the resource, what are all the things we have provided as in arguments?
That's a generic, but how are you saying here? Here only you have the clue. Yeah.
So while download the Terraform, one file is there, right? In that files will be available.
This is the
AWS. AWS.
here you are writing, right? This is the kind of example. The Terraform will scan your code and then it will find the exactly, it will find the plugin. Otherwise one more file will be there which will knows that this has to download that plugin something. One more file also. One more block.
HCL.
Sorry, one more block also.
HCL.
TF state file, I think.
This block, na? What is the one more block? Where do you specify the a log to the specific version? And then these are the providers I'll be using. Some block will be there, right? One more block. This is the resource block, what you told.
Providers version.
Yeah, that is
Data
called
block.
Terraform block. Just you will have a Terraform block. Let me show you that. Where is this guy? Let me go here. If we go to this, for example, any security group or something, in this, right? You will have, like resource block, na, there is a one more block called Terraform block. This came after 0.13. Earlier versions, it doesn't have this block. This came after. So this is the block. You will be specifying that what are the plugins internally. That is called, instead of plugins, I can say the providers here. This is the one, another block. In this block, what you will be specifying is the versions, the backend. Here below, right, you will get the backend. Backend equal to where do you want to store S3? Remote backend is called. TF state is in your local. Don't store in the local. Store in the remote. That information we will specify in the Terraform block. With this, you can specify this, the plugins information. Where was this? This plugins information also in the Terraform block. So, yeah. Can you guys help me here? What is the how the it look like? Same Terraform. Inside this, like you will have like required providers. Again, it will have some kind of block. It will have some equal thing, which is called map block. Inside this, you will be specifying AWS blah blah. This you have to. This is the per provider version. If you want to specify Terraform, you have to specify here required version. Then you have to specify that yesterday you have seen na tilde symbol like 1.6.0. If you specify, it will work till you see, right, till what version it will work, this Terraform code.
Up to 1.6.9. Like.
Yeah. So usually, right, we use this tilde symbol. Specify that Terraform block. Okay. Next, I have this block. Can you guys tell me for security group sample? How I want to create a security group. How it will look like. Sample. First keyword you have to throw immediately. Next other things you can take it.
Resource block, correct?
Yeah, next. Resource. Next. You have to say like this, anything like this, at least something. Then you think it. Yeah. Just you can,
AWS underscore security group.
for example, yeah, security group. And then what is this name is called? This is the resource name. I mean to say resource provider name. And then this guy. Logic. Yeah, here I can say that HG. Then open provider buckets. Here something, for example, name. Which are every resources will have a name, obviously. Something else can give a name. Apache. Next.
Port number, ingress and
Instead of inbound drive, we call here ingress.
Yeah.
You can say that like this. Inside this ingress, you will be specifying port. For example, 80. And then source for at least throw this randomly. Like so, usually this will be the like this 0.0.0.0/0 something. Next, one more. This is the security group, right? And one more. One more will be there now for security group. This is inbound.
Egress.
Egress.
Yeah. Egress. Same here. Port. Will be specifying 0 something. 0, I think -1 means all port. I think -1, and then the source just to save to anywhere. All the ports outside. This is the one. Now, this is the resource block, right? This is the resource block. After you create a security group, what do you get? Usually, what do AWS will give you? What AWS will give us back in the security group? It will give a security group ID, right? Before you will not come to know the security group ID. After you apply this Terraform code, you will get a security group ID, some properties, something, right? That after you execute this, you will get some outputs. That outputs are called, what is the Terraform? In the Terraform, every resource will have. What are the properties EC2 will have after you create? EC2 properties after you creating EC2. You know already.
First instances. Inbound rules. Instances.
Yeah, EC2 properties. Yeah.
public
Is
IP,
ID.
private IP.
Yeah, public IP, private IP,
Right.
zone, VPC, sorry, zone it will have it, subnet. Yeah, zone also, sorry, zone also it will have. And then VPC, very important one property. Like here, what is the property here security group will have after you create? I was telling one keyword. No? What was that?
ID.
Exactly. EC2 also will have a one. What is that called?
ARN, Amazon is.
AMI ID something. Like.
Instance ID. This is the random instance ID. AWS will give you these properties. So after you execute in the Terraform also, you will have all these properties. What is these are called in the Terraform? After you create the resources, technically.
Attributes.
Yeah. Attributes. So where do we mention usually? Like you can, somewhere you can mention in the one block to another block. You can refer, right, one block to another block, something. What is that concept is called? Referring from here to there.
Interpolation.
Yeah. Interpolation. Good. And then I want to print them. Print them. What is that block is used for to print?
Output.
Syntax is here you don't need like more output, just a name, that's it. It doesn't need a logical name something. Here just this name. Public IP, and then inside this, then that resource provider name, like for example, you will have a value inside it. You can have a description. This is up to self-explanatory. It's not a mandatory description. Here you can specify whatever, print IP. Here you have to call this kind of whatever the resource you created, that interpolation you have to call. Like for example, AWS underscore instance dot the logical name, whatever the name, for example, Apache, then it will have attribute here. How do you know which attribute, which argument? The single page of that website. Based on my use case, I'll go there, I'll get that syntax of that. If you have the Visual Studio Code, that code will print you. If you install these extensions, it will show in the dropdown. Public underscore IP. Okay. Cool. So what are the blocks till now in the TF code? Can you guys tell me that blocks? If you say any star.tf, typical any file, how it will look like, some sample.
Source block,
Data block,
Data block.
data block,
Data.
Output.
output block,
Yeah. One more.
Terraform block,
Terraform.
Sometimes to mention the reason name, secrets, credentials, right? We use one more block called provider. Here only it will be there. They in the page only they had given. If you see, right, this is the Terraform settings block we call. This is the provider block. Inside this provider block, he will be mentioning the reason. Very important. This you cannot do dynamically. You cannot get this. This you have to mention statically only. In the Terraform, right, you can mention dynamically some value that we will see today. Inside this also you can call dynamically. These are static values. You cannot call somewhere and all. This block is static block. You have to mention explicitly like this only. You cannot say somewhere I can call that value. You cannot do. These values you can call. That we will see practically what I mean. For now, theoretically, this is the one. Yeah. So what is data block used for? For example, you add that as well.
for existing
No.
resource, we have called in data block.
For example, yeah, always add for example.
For example, we need, in resource block, we need anything, we write it, right? So for that, we can call it here.
Yeah, yeah. One more. We expect you some more answer. That is correct. Whatever you said is correct. Some more. We took one sample in our use case. Let's say I wanted to call AMID. I don't want to hard code in the resource block that AMID. I want to call dynamically based on some filters. Then I use a block called a data source block. That is the one. Or one more. I want to call regions. There are the regions will be there. Sorry, I'm sorry. Region name also you can call. There are the zones also. So I want to call dynamically the zones. I want to call dynamically the VPC ID. Don't want to hard code that. So for example, this we will use in yesterday we used for one use case only. What was that? AMID calling. This, if we get little more mature on the how to see the code and all something, we will get that use case. So print outputs, yeah. Blocks, the version settings will go to the Terraform block. These are the ones. Let it be, I'll create one duplicate activity again. So just help me here with the thought. My objective was here. Let me put it here. And then we will follow our content as well. This is objective. Setup Nginx with EC2. I'll not write here. I'll create altogether separate folder in the TF. There I will write, okay. Let me create one thing called modules folder. Just I'm creating a naming convention, modules. Inside that modules, I'm going to create Nginx. Okay. Inside this Nginx, this is the folder, Nginx is there. Here I will create my Terraform code inside this folder. I'm not touching the TF, this structure. Everything I'm doing inside this Nginx folder, separate folder I created it. Can you guys tell me? I want to how the file naming convention can be. Any sample, I want to create the Terraform file. How the file name, Terraform file name,
main.tf.
Terraform.tf.
Terraform.tf, any name, yeah, main.tf or like something easy, nginx.tf, anything. You can have it like nginx.tf something. So you can have it as well. Not a bad thing. Let's keep it here. But some people, right? Not some people, majority people, we prefer to have the naming, good naming convention. You can have it. No, it's not a wrong something if you have Nginx. We go with this one of the name called main.tf. Okay. Cool. So tell me how easy to creation. You know the process. What and all you need.
Resource.
No, in the console, what did you what and all you need when you create a EC2?
EMI.
AMI,
Instance type.
instance type. Instance type. Okay. Yeah, security group.
PEM file.
Yeah.
EBS volume
Yeah, EBS volumes. Yeah.
and user data.
Yeah, user data. And then the zone as well, some VPC, blah, blah. So this and all you can have it. So for this, right, tell me here, how can I get this data? What is the first section I can write here? You know that.
Security group.
Yeah, you can go with the security group. See that resource, AWS underscore, security group, say that. This is a different name, okay? This name will not come to the AWS console. This name will not come. This is for Terraform purpose only. Whatever comes here, right? The name, these arguments will reflect in the console. Okay. So here you can say that name, specify that Nginx. Then you can specify ingress. So instead of doing this, right? The same page, we go and then copy paste. Please, why I'm telling it, at least you will get habituated for this. I'll go here. Okay. Please run the show. You have to tell me what has to be changed here. This is the one security group. This is for inbound one more. And this is for outbound.
Ingress root.
Yeah, now tell me here. I copy pasted the code. Here we need to change a little meaningful one. Let's remove this VPC ID for now, or you can get that VPC ID also. Will do. Yeah. Tell me.
Group
This
name.
we need to change these names only. Okay. Please tell me here.
Change the logical name to engine.
Yeah, better. Yeah. So instead of this, right? Like I don't want to follow this name, some syntax. This is what your job. This is what your job. Hey, this is not good. I want to mention some because of the project. It has to match to the use case naming convention. So that I'll go with this. Change this Control D. Select the Control D. If you can replace at multiple places. Nginx. Allow inbound traffic and outbound traffic for Nginx. This is what your job. Copy paste. And you need VPC ID. This VPC ID you can get with the data block also. You can get with the data block also. VPC ID. Or you can get directly, you can add code also. How do you get that VPC ID? Go to the AWS console. Every resource, majority resources, they'll have IDs in AWS. Let's go here. Go here. VPC. This is the default VPC. I'll be doing it. You can get this VPC ID hard coded here directly. So other way around, let's keep it. You can get the block with what? Data block also, get the VPC ID. How can you get that data block? Go to this page. Here, specify the VPC. As I was saying, right? Majority resources will have the resource block as well as VPC block. This is the block, default VPC, something. If you go down now, some where you will have a data source block also. Data source block here. This is the block VPC. See here, something like this. You can get this data block. This data. Keep it here. Here you have to pass some kind of filters here. Some kind of filters you have to pass inside this. What are the filters? For example, when you select this VPC, you will have some below, some kind of, here you see, right? Tenant equal to default equal to yes. Then it will print the VPC ID. For example, tenancy, something. You can put tenancy, default. Yeah, default. What is the default equal to? Yes, I think yes equal to 2 something here. This is the kind of, if you pass it right here, I can see that default. So this is the block I'm using to get the VPC ID. Let's select this one, go here, again to, you will get the ID kind of, after you execute, right, something, you will get a kind of ID, some kind of. So I can call that here, right, directly. This one now, instead of hard coding, right? Can you guys help me with the interpolation here? What? I want to call that above one.
Default.
This will give me the VPC ID. It will go to the AWS console. It will filter with this default equal to true. Now let me check another VPC wala. I'll check another VPC, which we created it. You see it? Default VPC no. So in this, whenever this block gets executed, right, it will filter based upon that value, and then it will get this VPC properties. All these properties it will get something. If it is both are matching, I'll add one more extra filter inside this. I will add one more extra filters. You can add like multiple filters. So out of this, you will get all these properties inside this block. In this, I don't need a majority. I need only that property called VPC ID. With this, can you guys tell me here? What is that? How can I get all this? This will give me the VPC ID. I want to call this block here. You know already.
Data dot
Exactly. Data dot.
AWS underscore dot
Dot. For example,
default.
ID. For example, okay, this down. Just keep this thought. I'll use it just for comment out. This is the one. For now, let me hard code. If you remove this, right, you can remove also, not a problem. By default, it will go to the default VPC. You don't need to explicitly mention the default VPC ID. But for other VPCs, if I use my custom VPC, then mandatory you need this. Cool. Now this will create the VPC. Now let me go to this folder in the local. CD. Wait a minute. Yeah. Desktop. I do Control L. Control L. If you do Control L, it will clear the screen. Here. Oh, no, sorry. I can insert the option. This code. Here again the folder structure modules. Which folder? Nginx. Specify ls. Here you have a file ls. This is the file. You can do cat. This is the file. Now, for now, just for test purpose only. Okay. Try the Terraform plan. See, right? It is throwing an error. What is the first command you have to do?
Terraform init.
Yeah, this is the latest tools are giving the very good English messages. The latest version. Earlier, it is to some some programmatical error, dependency, blah, blah. Yeah. First, you have to do Terraform init. So it will scan this code and then how many files are there in this folder currently? In the Nginx folder, how many Terraform files are there?
One file.
One.
Yeah.
Only one. What is that file is called? Main.tf.
Main.tf.
Now it is downloading the 5.33. I think yesterday something 32. It is like it is downloading the latest one. You can lock also specific version to download and all. Cool. So now you see, right? When you do Terraform init, you will have some folders, extra folders. Do A for to display other. Dot is called hidden directories. Okay. So there is the main.tf I have written. When you do Terraform init, right, it will download a one folder structure like this. It will create a terraform.lock.hcl, which will have the hashing of this binary file, saying that this binary file downloaded from HashiCorp only, that is genuine one. So that's what it shows. So LSF and LTR show that Terraform folder content. What is there? Inside that again providers is there. Inside again registry is there. Oh my God. Let me look. Inside again HashiCorp is there. Inside again AWS is there. Inside this plugin version is there. Oh my God. Inside again Windows version. So this is the plugin being implemented in the Go language internally. This is the crucial one. We'll convert all your code into API to interact with AWS. The structure is like .terraform providers, blah, 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 like this, AWS, something. If you have extra providers, you will get it here, that folder name. We'll see random, some kind of further, okay? Cool. So two files got created in the init. One is the binary plugin, which is called, and then the log.hcl, saying that both the binary and then log.hcl has been matching for that. Next to Terraform plan. Plan first refresh. Refresh in the sense, it will check, is there any tf state file? Something. Oh, there are few errors. Somewhere else it is missing. Yeah, let's go here. So now this is the security group you created it. I mean, we are going to create it. These are the inbound rules. This is the naming convention of that. No need to by heart, please. No need to by heart. Because just you need to remember at least some keyword. That's it. Security group, blah, blah, something. Ingress keyword that we like the keyword. Then he can say that this is the inbound underscore. This is inbound to whom? Say that SSH. Here, this is the inbound rule. This inbound rule you need to attach to above security group. So that you will be calling the interpolation here. Can you guys help me here? How it will become? If you are able to decode, that's it. This is very simple. Next, remaining all topics. I need to interpolate here. Nginx. What is this is called in the Terraform language? Single keyword you have to say. What is that called? I can say a name, ARN. I can say, I told when I started my session, after you create a security group, you'll get ID, right? That is, what is this called? ID, ARN, blah, blah. This is not this block. Not this block, I'm asking. This is the one. Sorry? Attribute. This is called attribute. ID, ARN, all those. After you execute this, you will get one attribute. That attribute you are calling one. This is called argument. Whatever you are doing it. Yeah. Now, let's see here IPv4. Yeah, I wanted to call IPv4 here. I wanted to give it to SSH, right? So my IP address, say that
22.
This also you can do dynamically. There is a Terraform block. There is one section you can get the dynamically. your IP address instead of hard coding, right? But we don't allow in the projects your own IP here. Yeah. This is the IP address of, then here is the 22. This is how the syntax will do from port to port. Now this is good. Copy paste. One more inbound rule. See here, next time onwards, this is how it is next. I wanted to allow. Yeah, HTTP. Yeah, HTTP. Same it will reverse, but this will change. Here.
0.
Yeah. Yeah, no need. Every protocol behind is the HTTP, right? Sorry, every protocol behind is the TCP, right? I mean, that will understand. That will understand. When you apply, right? Terraform will understand that protocol internet. This is let it be TCP. Every protocol in underlying is a TCP. Yeah. This can be, let's say that outbound underscore nginx for IPv4. Don't touch it. Only the guy you have to modify is, which is the guy? Nginx. Please, we should expect you at least this knowledge when you come to the project. Then you will get some time. When you get an original project, right, you get some time. By the time you can learn and then you can make it. At least you should have this skill set. Or someone will write you to the Terraform. Your job is to execute it. And some errors comes, at least you should have troubleshooting knowledge. Not all the people write the Terraform code, no. Some people's job is to just execute. Some people will write it, you have to execute it. So Terraform, yes, as for this, security group is ready. I can check it here. Yeah. Somewhere, a reference to resource must be followed by at least one attribute access specifying the resource name. What does that mean? And then the security group ID. Yeah, somewhere we are referencing again. Yeah. Last. Yeah. See here, it is clearly saying that main.tf line number 51. Here, you are referencing this. This name is nowhere in this module. It is not. It is not in this module in the sense in this folder. This is called root folder only. Root module. Currently, this is called root module. Okay. In this module, it is not finding the interpolation IDs anywhere. It is not able to find it. It is telling it. Now, yeah, exactly. Next. And one more error, line number 19. Did I do? Let's keep it in the codes. You go to write, it will say that VP's ID is a string or list or something that it will say. Good. So 5 are getting added. 5 are in the, so what are those? One is the security group ID, and then one more is 5 in the sense 5 resource related keywords. You can think it for now. Okay, it's not something. Now let's add some more resources. You know that. Let it be. Please help me here now. This is ready. Which is ready? The security group is ready. One more. I need to create EC2. Yeah, what is the resource I need to? What is another resource?
AMI.
You mean to say AMI we need to create, or what is that AMI means? My objective is to create EC2 and then Nginx. Please, you have to tell me. No?
Use the data.
Data block which uses the existing.
Yeah, let's get that. Yeah. Let's go here. AWS underscore instance. Instance. Where is the EC2? Yeah, this block. So get this block as it is. Here. This is to create EC2. Believe me, if you ask ChatGPT, right, it will give you the step-by-step total copy paste. You can do a single shot. Don't say now in the interviews nowadays, I don't know coding. At least you should have knowledge of that thing. Cool. Here we will change Nginx. This same ID you can hard code also. What you can do, you can go to console. I'll get the existing EC2 AM ID. You can get somewhere down. AM ID here only. Yeah, this is the AM ID. Multiple places you can get. You can go here, get EC2. Sorry, it should be the same page. Launch instance. Here also you will get the AM ID. Yeah. The same ID will differ from one region to another region. That kind of filtering also you can do in the IETF. You can hard code also. Code like this you can do. Other way around is you can get the same ID dynamically also. Dynamical in the sense you can put which block data AWS underscore AMI, some logical name. Let's say that Amazon. Inside this, you can apply the filters. Filters, why do you need to apply the filters? There are many AMIs are there. Among them, it should match with the filters. You can apply the filters kind of keywords, blah, blah, something like this. This we did last time, right? For now, let's go with the simple. Just you should know, you already did just kind of keyword I'm keeping it. For now, I'll go with this. But while calling this, you should notice syntax. What do you call above one? Data dot AWS underscore AM Amazon dot ID. That's it. Okay. Let me comment out this block. I'll uncomment out everything we'll do. Just get the code into mindset. Some blocks, something. Okay. This instead of this, right? I wanted to go with Nginx. Voila. You can have multiple tags also. Terraform, true, blah, 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 blah. Like this. You can have multiple tags. If you see, right, flower brackets like this, and then before flower bracket like this, right? This is called map. Map in the sense you will have a key value, multiple key values. There is a one name will be there. This is top object equal. This is called map. This is called normal like kind of string type. This is string type. This is also string type, you can say. Okay. So this is good. So in the interviews, right, they'll ask you, how many EC2 missions, if you apply this Terraform, how many EC2 missions it will create? If you create this, if you apply this, right, Terraform code, how many EC2 missions it will create? If you are clear, Lina, do you specify?
One.
One. In the interviews, right, they'll ask you, I want to create one more Nginx. Then what I'll do? I'll duplicate this. Please. You cannot have in the same code block, right? In the same Terraform folder, you cannot have same, you can have this name, you can have it.
Logical
You
name.
shouldn't have the logical names exactly, yeah. Let's say that underscore 1, like say 2, something you can have it like this. So if you want to 10 EC2 missions, you will be doing like this, right? Again, copy paste. Instead of that, right? Terraform has given one inbuilt function at the meta something they call, can specify here count equal to keyword. Count equal to with this number. I want to create 10 EC2 missions. This is one of the interview question they'll ask you. I want to create number of EC2 missions. Then the count equal to what is this? Count is the keyword. Count internally what it does is, it does for loop. But it will, you don't have control in which zone it will create. 10 can go to the one zone also. But I want to iterate. Oh, 3 has to go to the one zone, 3 has to go to the another zone. They had given one more card for underscore each. Count also is internally, count is also for loop, but advanced of the count equal to we use for each to spread across zones. Get this keyword that logically we will practically we will implement. For now, a count is the number, will create more instances instead of duplicating this keyword. This is the interview question. I have seen it multiple times. I want to spread across the zones, then we use a one card for each. You have to play a little logic here. They have a logic for each zone something. Count internally will use what is that logic for loop, and also it will use index also, something called index also. Index in the sense 0, 1, 2, 3 something. It will start any index, it will start with 0, then it will start with 1, 1, next it will start with 2 something. Based upon that, this number. If you say 3, 0, 1, 2. If you say 4, it will start 0, 1, 2, 3. So means not from 1. Okay, just keep this at index for each count. Cool. Now let's see the plan value. But that is one of the interview question. Here I want to create multiple EC2 machines. It is the one here. Cool. So 8 is getting added along with that EC2. Sorry, security group. So we are getting one more. See here. You see right here. This is the 0. This is the 1. This is the 2. Index based on the index. If you specify like 1, what will be the index will come? Exactly. Yeah. This you should have that. You observe, right? I have not written and syntax and all. We copy paste, change the logical name, and then add whatever the arguments needed. That is what we do regularly in the projects also. Somewhere we apply the logic based upon use case. Here 0, because what is the keyword you used inside the block, extra block? That is not called argument. That is called some meta argument. What is the meta argument we added is the count. Good. So now what is missing? You are getting EC2, something right? Something we need to add now here. My objective was to install Nginx. Yeah, we need to add the security group also. Say that security group ID, VPC security group you need to add. If you add other one, right? I remember it will go for restart some things if you do something. Yeah. To do second time apply, right? It does restart. Some kind of logic. I forgot that exactly, but we use VPC security group ID. Here, when you type, right? This is the beauty of the VS Code plugins. VPC security group ID. IDs. Yeah, see, right? It will only put that block like this. So if you see, right, like this, what is that meaning? It is not it is list actually. If you see this, right, this is exactly, this is called list. Yeah. List. What kind of content can go? Set of string here. Now I want to call above security group, not the inbound rules and all. All these inbound rules are locked to this security group. I need to call this one to here. Yeah, can you guys help me here with that? Put in the quotes. When you say string, right, you have to put in the quote. Yeah. AWS underscore. Why it is not counting? It should talk, no? AWS. No, if you do control, sometimes if you control space, sometimes there is chances it will Okay, AWS underscore, yeah, security group dot, oh my gosh, what it meant. Something I did, man, messed up. Control Z. Yeah, security group, security underscore group, I think. Dot nginx dot id. And resource you no need to use. For resource, no need to use that resource dot, no need to use. For resource, no. This name only, sorry. This name only we will use as it is. This name only. For resource, you, sorry, for while calling the resource, right, you shouldn't use it. Only for data blocks only we use. This is done. Good. So security group is ready. Next, some more properties you know. Let's see the plan one. Cool. So it's not same, it will get updated. If you go top now, it will show somewhere. This is the properties, security groups. This is not the one. Yeah, you see right here. This is getting called. So in this, right, when you do apply, right, Terraform, which resource will create it first? Yeah, again, you have one more here. Inbound rules also are there. Yeah, first which resource? I mean, I'm very clear here. Security group is there, ingress rules are there, and then egress rule is. Now, first which one will create? Instance is there. Now you tell me, let me put it here in the note. Okay. So you have security group, ingress is there, and one more separate resources. Egress is there, and one more instance is there. This many resources are there. No. No. See here, oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. True. So let's say, for example, when it comes to here, exactly what that is correct. What you said. It whenever it's right, it will. Yeah. No. No. It has. It is not like top to bottom. It will scan the code. It will it will find this interpolations first. No. You don't. Yeah, you cannot say that it is calling from top to bottom. No, you cannot say that. Let's say, for example, I can bring this. I can bring this total security group to last also, down also I can bring. Mm, mm. Mm. No. Let's say, for example, you bring this block to top. Yeah, you bring this block. Now it will scan. Then it will switch to this block because there is a dependency, right? Yeah. Yeah. You can say that. But yeah. But true. Yeah. Here exactly that. What you're saying is it is calling the function from there. It will go to that function. Yeah. You can say that. But what I say that if yeah, whatever I said is correct. But interpolation is the logic here. Yeah. Save this. Now we are good with this. So the the order how it will create interpolation is the important. Now one more is missing now here. Some of them. If you apply it, you cannot connect to this mission now. You can apply. Some of them will work. Resource will get created, ingress group will created, I mean to say second group, but you cannot connect to this mission. You need a one file now.
Use the
Yeah. Key underscore name. So you can directly, as I said, right, in AWS also you can have the key pair or you can create your own key pair also. Yesterday we have created your own key pair that we were associating it. So instead of that creating a one key pair, let's go to that, bring that existing wala. key pairs. Yesterday I was using this one. I'll add code this new. Yeah. Or you can do one more resource you can create. You can call the file function that you can do. Let's keep it like this. Put in the codes. It will associate that existing key pair. Now this is good. Yeah. Key is there. The key will get assigned. It won't create any new resources related to key. Now one more. I wanted to install the. What is the objective?
Insert data.
Yeah. Insert data. Let me tell you, there is no order. You can bring AMI down, you can bring here. No order and all here. So instead of doing everything right, I use a called file. I'll say that nginx.sh. So in this folder, wherever you have this folder, Terraform file, right? Main dot. In that folder, I will create one file called nginx.sh. This is the one we'll do all our magic. That nginx.sh. Please tell me shell script for to install Apache.
System.
Shell scripts will start with the beginning.
Yum up.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr.
Systemctl start and systemctl enable.
So I can say that in the shell script, right, you can write a function also, install _ nginx. Like this, you can specify. This is called functions. Functions like this, you can specify. But it won't execute. This one will not execute. You have to call this function. How do you call? Like this. That's it. No, that's it. This line, that's enough. So whenever it scans, right, whenever this script will execute, it will not execute these lines first. It will find this keyword, then it will match related to that. With the source keyword you have to use one block to another source keyword. Cool. So this is one. I want to try some new thing. That's it. The comments, right? Cool. So this is called, what is this called? You can see that function you declared. So no. Why it is not? Yeah, I think comments. Function. Then here, what are we doing here? Function. So first control comes here. This is the first step. Here is the second. Next control goes here. This is the second thing. So we have clear now. Let's go here. I'm not creating the key pair. You can have the resource related key pair again. And then map your public key that, the story, IDR is a pub. I'm matching that my private key directly. Good. So I want to print outputs now. I want to print my EC2 after create, right? After create only we'll get to know. I want to print the EC2 public IP, for example. Which block?
Outputs.tf.
Yeah, you can have it here only. Outputs. You can have it here also. But what are the good practices to don't include good practice always. We separate outputs into separate file. You can have it if you want, but good practice is here. Outputs.tf. Here, specify that output. Here is that public _ IP. This is the description. Printing public IP. Then you have to call that argument and then the interpolation of that resource. Here, you have to say that value. Then call that AWS instance. See, automatically it will prompt dot somewhere. I want to print public IP, right? Where is this? Yeah, public IP. That's it. See, if you don't type in the notepad, if you use VS Code, right? See how it is easy. Syntax wise, it will find it. Use IDs. Copy paste. Next, I want to print instance instance ID. Specify here dot type is not there, or ID dot ID host ID. See, all these are private IP. Yeah. ID. That's it. See here, you shouldn't have the duplicate of these names again. That's it. So printing. Instance. That's it. You can have a lot of output blocks. So main.if is there. This thing. Sometimes you will have extra file version.tf, which will have the Terraform settings. It's optional, but good to have that. For now, you know the context. For now, I wanted to go move with this. Cool. So let's try this as well. Terraform plan. Outputs will show empty. In the plan only output will come, but it will be empty until you apply it. And observe here, tf state file is not yet created. Very important file. Count is set to attribute. Yeah. I set a count, right? It is saying that you need to put the index. Yeah. So it is maintaining that index, right? What I can say here, what is that index? 0.
0.
Exactly. Here after Nginx, 0. Or I can do one more also, star also. Yeah. So keep it. So when you are doing multiple, when you say count function, right here, when you say count function, it is giving in index. If you don't have count function, you will not get index. Then directly you can use that previous logic, nginx dot directly. Since you are using multiple index is coming from that, so you should call like this. Let's try that. See the error also it is saying that same. Somewhere count you said. So you need to use that index. It is coming in this output file only. Okay. Go for plan. Cool. So you see that instance ID are public IPs. So the response, right? Whatever response is coming from outputs is called list. If you see these brackets, right? These brackets are called list. So if you remove the count, it is not the list. It will be normal string type. It will come. Sorry, count if you remove. Good. So we are good. So next, please. One of the important thing here, important thing in the sense T2 macro. Let me see that T2 macro. So if I apply this Terraform code next time, second time I want to do and all, what instance of every, let's say for example, someone copy pasted this code, right? Please listen this. This is the one industry is expecting from us. Declarative. Declarative in the sense, don't define values directly here. Don't define like this values or like these values or VPC ID. Don't define in the resource blocks or data blocks. Don't define hard-coded values. If we define the hard-coded values, what is that meaning is you are writing a program. You are writing some kind of program. That is, there is no reusability. So what we do is, this is very important. Instead of hard coding, right, these values, I will separate these values into one place. I will call like this. I'll call like this. Var dot type. It can be any name. You can choose any name. I'm saying this. Hey, I'm not hard coding it. I'll call these values from somewhere variables. I'll say that this can be any name. I'm telling it. Any name you can specify, but name should match in somewhere. Instance type. Usually I have an habituation. I match with this key, both same. Var dot instance type. Let it keep. So what are you saying here? Var dot instance type. Now let's execute Terraform plan. Oh my God. Oh, Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, this. Let me comment out that line. Yeah. That's the thing. What are you saying it? You are calling that variable. Let's see. Where that we don't hard code the values. It is saying that somewhere you declared a variable, but you have not provided values, right? For that, what we create is you can have it in this block also. We create a separate file here for this variables.tf. In Terraform, you have some blocks, right? Can you tell me what are the blocks are available in Terraform? You know already. Some blocks. Block.
Data block,
Resource block,
provider block,
data block,
resource block,
Outputs block, Terraform
input
block,
block.
provider block, right? Like this, there is a block called variable block. There is a block called variable block. I'm specifying it. I need to pass one value. This is very easy. Someone can come and then he can edit. Don't touch this code. This code is one time. Next time onwards, don't modify this code. Value is coming from where? What are you saying? Go to the value data. Automatically it will go to this file. Here, this is the logic. You should match this name, this name. Same like output you did, right? Output block, same here also. You can specify that description, saying that pass, yeah, family type. This is the, let's save this now. Let's go again, run it. See, it is asking you now. It is asking. See here, I'm the human where I'm executing the Terraform plan command. If you come to the big projects, right? Human will not execute. Human, like as an admin, right? I will give this Terraform plan to command to some other tool. That whenever the tool executing, it cannot take inputs dynamically. You cannot enter for that tool. It will take immediately somewhere and all. As a human, you can enter it, not a problem here. T2 micro. This is the one way. Other way around, right? For this command, you can pass like this values also. Where is this man? Readme data. For Terraform plan, you can pass like this where that instance underscore type equal to T2 micro also you can pass. This way also you can do. This way also you can do. But what we do is that we create a one file, extra file. That is will have only values. That this file will have only values. Where is this? Nginx main dot variables. In this, right, I'll create one more file called terraform.tfvars. This is the extra file you are seeing now. Extension is the tfvars. Variable needs some values. That values I will hard code it. I will hard code it here. Like for example, this is the name you should match. There. Here you can specify like this. What is this? T2.micro. You can specify. Now, from where the value is passing, in which file you are passing the value? Where is the values? You are declaring it. TF vars. TF vars, it will go to variables. From here, it will go to the wherever you are var keyword like this, it will go. Sometimes, right, I may miss this value. In this time, right, what you can do in the variables block, you can specify called default. You can specify t2.micro. You can specify. You can specify what type also here. What type it is. This is you can say, right, what type it is. This is a list or the list will be like this. This will be, and the map will be like this. Like this. Name will be there, and then you will have like this block. Inside this block, like something A equal to something 10, B equal to something like this. This is called map. This is a map. And then one more bool that is called true or false. Something will be there. And one more is string. String is like whatever in the quotes, right? If you put the quote, double quote, that is called string. This is the string. You can specify that. This is the good practice to go. Let's say string. That's it. You can specify it. So variable description, some default value, and then type. So you can override. Let's say, for example, hey, I want to go with M5 to X large. To X large. Now it will not take that count of the which value at all, default value, because you are mentioning in which file, terraform.tfvars. Let me put it here. Sorry. Can you tell me now? I want to separate this one also. How can I separate this one also? You have to tell me. I don't want hard code here. Yeah. Where dot? I'll go with that key only. Let's say that you are calling which key now? Public key. Yeah. So that public key. You can specify like this here. Now, next. Mandatory. If you say var that, right? That key should be present in the variable. Otherwise, it will be error. Yeah. Here. Yeah.
Variable public.
Key. And what is that key name was there? Let's go to the main directory. So please have this habit, okay? Never ever delete the code. Instead of that, comment out. Have this habit, yeah. Go to the variables.tf. You can leave this empty also, not a problem. But you can pass, you need to pass one place, right? Mandatory. Yeah.
Terraform.
Yeah. Come on. Good. Now, when you do apply, right? Let me go here. When you do Terraform apply or plan, please listen this. This is the flow of the how the values will get. It will scan for what files? Start.tf. In the start.tf, we are doing var.rald or something. No? To look for what file? Then variables.tf by default call this file. Terraform by default it will call. You can have your own name also, dev.tfr. In that case, right, I need to specify here like this. File equal to, like for example, start.tfvars. Pick the values from this file. I need to specify like this. -var, I think. -var, something. So by default, here is the question. By default, Terraform will scan for values in which file? Then or one of the file called terraform.tf. In the TF-vars, we don't do Terraform blog something. In the TF-vars, what will be there? Key value like this. Yeah, exactly, declare something. Go and then apply. See the plan. By default, Terraform will scan for TF-vars and then variables.tf. Otherwise, it will prompt you that in the output if you declared it. If there is no default value, it will prompt you here. Please enter on something. Yeah, you are good. So you know the extra things. One of the block in the today is the variables block. This is the we use lot time variables. We don't hard code any value here. In future, one of the guy, he doesn't know much knowledge. He want to change the value. Just he will come and then update this here. Let's go here. What type it is taking? It is taking M5 to X large. See, it is not taking the default value. It is overriding it. Now I can create my own file also. For example, let's create it. One more file. Rename. Say that dev. Now it will not take this until you pass this file. Let's say in this file, I'll say that T3 micro. T3 micro. Did I made any mistake? Yes, saved it. Okay. TFS, dev.tfs. Cool. Now, when you do right, Terraform plan will scan where and all TF files, variables.tf. Default it will scan for what file? Terraform. But what is the file? Dev.tf file. You need to pass extra like this. Take that where file equal to dev.tfs. Don't take Terraform file values like this. Cool. See, now let's go and then check it above. What value it picked up? T3 micro. So how do you call your own TFR file? Terraform plan. What is the argument? Hyphen where file equal to dev.tfrs. See now one more guy will come. Hey, I wanted to reuse your code. Now I don't want to write the Terraform code. What he can do immediately next? He want to create the something, the EC2 mission, the Nginx mission only. Just, but he wanted to go with one instance type. You can copy paste this file. Let's say that. What's this name? Just only one stage.tfs. Here I will specify it my own type instance type. See, you wrote the code one time and then you are reusing that code with your own TF variables values file. TF values file you can specify it. Any thoughts, questions you want to ask? Any thoughts? Okay. This is, you should know, Terraform. In the Terraform, right, we will call other values like this keyword where dot. It will scan in the variables.tf by default. Then it will look for these values by default. If you have your own values file, you have to pass like this. Let's go now. I'll not take the variables file. Let's apply it. And do auto approve. As I said, majority in the tools, right? I will not run this command. This command I will give to one tool. That tool will run for me. During that time, we pass auto approve. We don't pass like this manual interaction. Somewhere. If we do something, let's go to that. This is saying main.tf line number 15. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this file only. In this block, invalid parameter value for parameter group ID. Where is? What is that group? Oh no, sorry, I lost here something. I'm not able to get it. What is? See, let's see. Yeah, let's see that it is saying that some interpolation is there, right? Let's see. Some interpolation is there, right? Let's see this one. I can specify that. Hey, let's create this first. Let's come here. Let's come here. That you can specify it. How do you specify it? Like you have a count to meta argument, right? There is a one more meta argument called depends on. Specify that. We create first this one. Create first this one. Then come here. Let's see. Where that correct now? This is little Terraform FMD. Yeah. You mean with this it will solve, right? Let's You can keep multiple depends on, like multiple also comma, you can keep it. So you know one keyword depends upon mean, let's execute this first, come here. The interpolation. Sometimes, oh sorry. Apply, see plan worked, plan worked, but the apply is failing. Auto approve equal to. Bless me, it should work. Still, somewhere, something is missing. Still that error. Invalid parameter value. Where are we doing mistake? Remove, let me remove that. It should take, oh yeah, I think / list will take the comments. Yeah, I cannot make like this, I think. Yeah, let me remove for now this one. Got recorded. Let me save this. Comments can be / entity key or hash only. Let's see. Still. This create VPC security group ID. Let me take yesterday one once, just tell you. This is oh yeah, that is taking as a string. Yeah, this is the yeah. Let's see. You can specify depends upon not a like it's not a mistake. It's up to you. Sometimes there is a deadlock situation will come. That mandatory you have to go. Depend first, create that, and then come here. Beauty with the Terraform, right? In between, if it fails, right? Like I have 10 resources. In those 10 resources, while creating like last 6th resource or something, the previous will not get rolled back. But with the transformation and all, right, they'll get rolled back. They'll get cleaned up automatically. But with the Terraform, right, it will stop at that place. The previous whatever got success, it will keep it there. It will not terminate something. Cool. So you have the file, the outputs as well here. There is a command Terraform outputs also you can run. Just will displace, it will read only that file output. It will read only the outputs.tf. It will show you the output. That's it, like this. Terraform output also. So you know one file could have been there right now here. One file, very important file. After you wrote the, can you tell me what are the files we wrote here? We wrote some file structure, no? Okay.
Very
Or like, for example, it can be dev dot, it can be, yeah, Linux.sh. So these are the ones. Now, Terraform init will create one folder, na, log dot, init will create log dot and one more dot Terraform folder. Now apply will create one file, na?
TF state.
Take that file. TF?
TF state.
TF state. So this is a very important file. TF state is like inside the JSON content. It will be in the JSON format. And then if you delete this file, if you apply it, it will retry to create those resources. So whatever resources you created it from this code, that resource information, this is called the expected state something, desired state, these are called. This is the original, the EC2 is running. All that EC2 information, let's say in future, I will change the instance type again in this code. I will change it. First, it will compare in this file. Oh, did you change here? And then here it is there. It will go and then it will find this type. It will match it here. Every time when you do Terraform apply next time onwards, it will compare this file, your code with the real-time environment, the target environment. It will compare. And then it will show you that if there is something, if there is some difference, I'm going to update, I'm going to change. For every next apply, the TF state will get compared with your code, TF state file, and then the remote resource. If there is any modification, the plan will display you the output. If there is no modification, you can run as many as times. It's not a problem. It shows that nothing to update, nothing to change. See, it doesn't do anything. No changes to your infrastructure, something. If you modify now one of the property, tell me now which file I need to modify. I need to change my instance type. You know now which file I need to modify. I need to TF
Terraform.tf webs.
here exactly. T2. This is the knowledge you need. Please, someone will write the code. There will be existing code if it is there already project, right? There will be existing code. Your job is to modify the file, and then like this you have to create your own file, or you have to modify that. You will get like this task. Hey, modify this from this family type to another family type like this. Now you see Terraform plan. Always have a habituate. If you modify it, go for plan. Plan doesn't have auto approve kind of argument. And I have multiple Terraform files. I want to execute specific block only. I don't want to apply all the resources. See here it is saying it. Update in place automatically. M5 launch to something. Let's apply that as well. Did you observe now? We are completely avoiding the console. The instance type will change. So you know the interpolation, the variables type, blocks, count, and then the indexing. While calling the index values bracket star 0, 1, 2 something keywords, you know them. Depends on these are the some interview questions. I'll take a minute, just a minute. We will not have this weekend session. We'll meet on Monday. I would request you, I'll reach out to you guys individually if you have them in this week, how you are doing the progress, something we'll see. And then I'll reach out to you, the people. If you want, anyone wanted to connect with me, please ping me. I'll be available over this weekend. I'll connect with you. Now, let me take a minute. Please just read this one, because when you see the Terraform, right, people will get little hey, here is the code, something. Can I see? I'm just copying the paste, and then I'm making according to my change. I have little experience with that, where I'm able to make it. Go here, you see here. Don't get there is a code something. We do copy paste any project, we do that is not the Python something Java declarative. We copy paste that HCL code. So we modify it. This is altogether new language, nowhere related to any programming language. SCL is own language. So, yeah, you see right here. Can you guys tell me here? Instead of which files, they could have told which content. Yeah, can you guys tell me what will be the answer for this?
We can mention it in count.
Exactly. Or one more logic is there. One more. I don't want to go with the count. One more was there, no? Alternative for. Yeah, for each also you can specify somewhere. Yeah. And one more. Sorry, Terraform file structure. Yeah. Yeah, for loop also, yes. For loop also is there. Yeah, versions.tf, something. Yeah, yeah. This I'll cover as a separate topic. Yeah. If it is static file deleted, how can you delete the resources? You manual only, you don't have an option. Let's say I'll delete this Terraform state file. Let's copy this into the desktop as a backup. TF state file. I'll copy this into the back one folder. Let's see. As a just a back. Now let's remove this one. In the original, we don't do the projects just for that backup. Let's remove. Now do the plan. TF state file has been deleted it. I'm doing a plan. Let's see.
Recording stopped.
Plan success. Let's see. This is the one of the most interview questions they'll ask you. TF state file. In the TF state file, you will have your target EC2 related, all that meta, public IP, private IP, every information will be there. Now you deleted that, let's say you have a land somewhere and then you lost the documents. It's saying that already security group exists. Now I wanted to track that. There is a one concept in case if it gets deleted.
Sir, recording stopped.
Yeah. Just interview questions I'm covering. Okay. Just you want me to, that's okay. I'll cover it back then. Import. I'm not going to the more topic. There is a topic called Terraform import. Every resource, right? They'll have import section. If you go here, right? Left side, you will have import. So this import will not create a Terraform code. It will not write, but it will import into TF state again, that remote thing. Let's go here, that question. Yeah. Terraform deleted. You have to delete that again in the console, or you have to apply it. Till that, so you are getting right one error. What is the error you are getting here? Already exist something kind of error. So you have to delete them and then you have to reapply them. Other way around, one more option. What is the Terraform import? Delete them or import, those two options. Import will not write you Terraform code. Import only will create a TF state. It will track into the TF state again, that thing. What is the Terraform? State file in Terraform. Can you guys tell me what do you answer for this? Yeah. It won't have that plan related thing. Plan will not create TF state. Yeah. Plan will track next time onwards in the comparison. Yes. Yeah. IAC means infrastructure as a code. They'll ask you how you have implemented. You say that to create EC2, S3 bucket, VPC, load balancer, RDS, elastic cache, SQS, some kind of whatever required by my project. We write everything in the TF, then we will apply it. Yeah. So what is the good place to TF state file to store? It will not in our local. What is the place? What is the yes, yeah. Two users are running this. I'll create a separate scenario. Created resource using my local remove and then gave Terraform plan. Yeah, this is the one that something our guys missed it, the question. All these questions you have seen the latest questions only. Like, so they'll ask the Terraform plan, TF state file. They're applying plan again. Plan got success, but apply is getting failed. You know that some duplicate resources, it will fail. Import, to track the remote resources into the TF state file. Refresh will compare to TF state file to the remote again. Validate to check the syntax. Can we have 5 S3 buckets in single code? Yes. But you have to increment that index number. You cannot do with the same number. You can go with the count, but you need to increment that bucket name. -1, -2, -3, something index. You can. Yes. For this question, no. Then you have to say that there is index number will be there. We will increment with that. You can specify. Yeah. 100 EC2. But what is that answer for this?
Again, count.
Count, exactly. Terraform modules, yeah. Like this, if you are creating a module, right? The folder, this folder, module will be there, something. This we will see. Next time onwards, I will use this module, you will see that time. I will not write this resource code at all. I'll call this module. If you have like this structure, right? Main, outputs, variables, some kind of, that is called a module. Module in the sense, in a module, you will have a resource creation structure. That is called a module. Modules can be reused. Provisioners, yeah, that I'll cover it. Workspace also. Functions, you know, one function you have seen, right? File function, you have seen it. Nothing. If I get Terraform validating it, if I will get an error doing Terraform validate, whether I will get an error Terraform, sorry, I lost it. Maybe our guys, 10 EC2 missions, and then attach to load balancers count, and then you have to attach to the load balancer. How to create all resources manually. It's to go with IaaS. I will create a 5 databases. How to set up Terraform. Count only will come here again for loop R. Which commands did you use mostly? Yeah, yeah. Plan.
Life cycle.
Yeah. Lives, exactly. Write the Terraform code to create that you can do. Destroy command, it will delete that target. Do you work in Terraform? How to create a Terraform module? The structure, main dot, variables, the outputs, that is called. But why will you? I have AWS account. We have created resources, but why will you go to Terraform? Better to use everything, right? Instead of that, you have to play little game there. Yeah, life cycle, init. I want to spin off. Yeah, 4 lines code. I don't know, sorry. One instance only. I think, yeah, same logic. The resource block. At least he's asking, just write the some. Can you write it live in the code, in the interview itself? Few comments, validate, init, plan, blah blah. Stages in the Terraform, local, remote state, target state, something. Init, download the plugins. Do you write the Terraform code? Yes. Which info available in the TF state file? All the remote information, something. You see, right? Majority is getting repeated again. Where to store TF init? I'm not telling that I have completed it. Telling that if you create that one EC2 also, you will have a lot of confidence. That's what I mean. Terraform block. This is the one interview question. You'll get it. Cool. So I'll pass it for today here. Please reach out to me if you want me to interact with me like over this weekend. I'll connect with you, anyone. And then I'll ping some people as well. I'll cover all the people in the group, whoever coming. Yeah. Like in the next coming weeks, I'll reach out to you guys. Yeah. I'll upload these recordings as well.
Gangi Anna,
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
can you ask Anil Anna to share his email ID so that I can
Sure,
share my
sure, ma'am. Yeah, sure.
Anil Kumar Kungara Anna.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. So now you know some kind of concepts, right? At least some right to the Terraform. So I'll go to the big project. This project itself, we will take big project in the sense that next we'll go directly with the VPC. I was thinking that to do some more in the default VPC. Sorry, default. I'll go directly to the direct VPC. Next, my objective was create the VPC, then create all these resources in the VPC. That is what my objective. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Anil. I'll wait.